Hello guys, welcome. This is Candid Conversations with Caroline and Chris.
Hello,
and we
Chris.
just want to say thank you. Hi Caroline.
Hello.
So we want to say thank you to all the subscribers of our YouTube channel. And what else do you want to say?
The support, and I love the feedback on the comment section. I love that there are people even via text or Facebook and Instagram are suggesting the kind of topics they would like us to discuss. So it's amazing that also some content is coming from you, which is, yeah, it's growth and it's a good thing. We are thankful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Without you guys, our audience, we wouldn't be doing this as much as we are. And we want to just tell you that we appreciate you so much. And we want to say that keep sharing these videos with your people so that they get this information. At the end of the day, we want to reach as many people as we can. And we hope to keep on, getting your support.
Yeah.
And as well as, understanding some of these issues that we go through in a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. That is our key thing. Mm-hmm. And we have some guests, of course, who will be showcasing the amazing information for you. Mm-hmm. We have, I think you're going to be talking to Esther as well.
Yeah,
what are you going to be talking to?
We have Esther, and we're going to talk about grief, and it's a different angle on grief.
On grief.
Yeah. It's a different angle.
I'll also be talking to a gentleman by the name Kevin, and we're going to be talking on childhood traumas and how that eventually affects you in future, and just what you need to understand about all that. Mm-hmm. So those episodes are coming up. Watch this space, and of course, enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel with Caroline and Chris. Thank you for your support so far, your subscriptions, your comments,
the anger and all those emotions. Yeah. And I don't know how to shift to now I have a child.
Being in a better place.
Being in a better place because I'm not aware.
Yeah.
Every day I'm dwelling with this constant negativity in my mind that I've fed for so long. And now I need to change it and I don't know how to. So this is where awareness comes in. We have to learn how to be aware of our thoughts.
Because they are the strongest. The mind is the strongest.
The mind is the strongest. And when we are aware of our thought patterns, then we can change them.
And also to ask for help.
To ask for help.
And anyone who's aware of these things, we should be better people. Because we can't influence everyone. So kama crusade utasimama hivi useme at least 50% of these people will vote for me. But at least anyone who is getting this information, you should be a better person to the next person who talks to you. So if you help the next person, it means you've broken at least one pattern.
True.
You talk to, and this person, where we would say that luckily for you, your cycle was not your cycle, your escape was positive. Luckily for you, it was
saved me
books.
big time.
Yeah. So imagine if it was alcohol, sex, and all those addictions. You see, that will be another cycle of a person who's broken. So at least for you, that was that. So we don't know what someone is going through because not everyone will be lucky enough to go to sports. You didn't know what you were doing, but you're channeling your energy to good things. The bad energy you're trying to, since we cannot destroy the energy, you can only transform. So you're transforming it into a better thing that has brought up something really good. And actually the books have created, like the book clubs, I think they're a safe space because people talk about things that
a lot of
kusema kweli tuwezi endelea. People will outright say, no, I do not want kids because it is too expensive. So I think that is a safe space that came from your pain, and you created an environment where people can do that, and good job for that. So and sometimes someone seated mahali anaweza sema, no, I don't have a forum like yours, I cannot talk to many people like you. But you don't have to be in a place where you influence a lot of people. I always believe in baby steps. Because wewe ulianza with a few steps, you started with us, and you bullied us kabisa ile. I read at least one book a month. People in your household now, and now you have a very huge following of people. So for anyone who feels like I'm not doing much, you just need one person. So the next person who talks to you about grief, at least you know not to say to them, move on. Ni kawaida, maisha inakuwa hivyo, Mungu alitaka, at least you know whether that. Able to be things not to say or things. Okay, there is no guide per se, but at least things to avoid saying to someone who has come to you with a loss.
So, let's recap. First, grief will come. Grief will visit you because one way or the other, by your virtue of just being human, something will be taken from you where your heart will ache and you'll be in a lot of pain. So, from grief, you'll go through all those stages, and people have to accept other people to go through those grieving stages. You know, we have to tumesema create that safe space. And from this safe space will come beautiful things. For example, I think it was Wanjiru Kihusa, she lost a child, and then she started a foundation where she talks about this stuff. You know, like if we allow people to talk about their pain, something good will come out of that. You know, if we give them that chance, something good will always come out of that. It is not, if it's not for them, it's for other people. You know, something good is they'll be relieved. And out of that, if the memory of the thing they loved, let's talk about a person, if the memory of the person they love is so strong, then they'll create something good out of it. They'll say, this person was good at this. Let me create a foundation that deals with this. And there are so many foundations that have been created out of that grief and pain, you know. So if we as Africans, as Black people, embrace the nature of grief and pain and death, if
that's
we give
normal,
that it's normal,
it's
and the most funny, it's not funny, the most interesting thing is the moment you think about death or grief or when you contemplate it, your life actually becomes better. You get, for example, death. When you think about your death, your own death, you come back to the present and think about what is that one thing I would want to do better in this life, so that by the time I'm exiting, I've left the world a better place. And I think when we avoid that topic of death, we live in a small world which does not allow, that does not allow us to live fully in the present moment, you know. Because when you think about your own death, no, I'll miss this, you come out. So you come out, be better. You do better, be better. But when you don't think about it, assume you live forever. You assume somebody else will die, but I will not, but not me. So from that grief perspective, if we give it a chance, it can allow us to live our lives better. You know, if we talk about it and create better spaces for people to talk and to express themselves.
Natuone, it's a natural, it's a part of us. It's not something we can run away from. Because there is this lady, the husband died, I think Ruth Machete. And then on the comment section, watu wakaanza kusema alimuua. When somebody says, it's only in Africa when someone dies, it's either ni wivu ama ni uchawi. It's never natural. Like mtu hawezi anguka tu a collapse and die. It's always because they have money, they have property. There's always something. We have never accepted that. We are so happy when babies are born and we give birth to very many babies. Right? But we don't, the irony is that we don't accept that there is an end. When it comes to death, we always find ways of twisting it and avoiding it and naming it. And I think that is what creates the stigma with death.
It's a taboo, but we have gotten to the point where we have to break the taboos.
Talk about
because now, they are making us suffer more. So when it comes to talking to somebody who is grieving, if you don't have anything to say, just don't say it. You know, if you don't have something nice to say it, don't say it.
Hug them.
And
stay with them.
hug them
Cut
tighter for like, you know, and
few minutes,
allow them to be the ones to let go. You know, there's always that urge to say that, you know, without thinking about it, you know.
I hate it.
So when it comes to talking to people who are grieving, the first thing is, if you don't know what to say, just don't say anything. Be silent. Nyamaza tu. You don't have, you know, we have been used to lazima tuseme kitu. You don't have to say anything.
Wakati wake uliisha. And you know, people know. Like that person you're addressing knows that this person died because that was the time that he or she was allocated on this earth. But when you're in that, I remember when my best friend died, and my mom called the pastor because I was inconsolable. Nilikuwa nimelia, so they were like, what do we do with this girl? And I was like 19. Yeah, 19 or 20. So the pastor is telling me, no, it's God will. And I was like, ni will ya God kuchukua 20-year-old, you know? Explain that to me like a child. How is it? And I think from that I realized you don't tell people that. I know we've been guilty of that, but you know, you don't tell people. It's very insensitive, but maybe you don't know until maybe sometimes you're in that place and people tell you those things. That's when it hits you. Why have I been telling people this? It's just wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
So as a society, we have to move from talking to silence to knowing what to say. You get? We need to have that pause. It's very important. We need that pause moment so that we can move now to learning. This is what I'm supposed to say.
So you need to
and you can even tell the person, I don't know what to say right now, but if you need me, I'm here. You don't have to say those things you have been taught how to say, those extra things. Just, if you need me, I'll be here. I don't know what to say right now. If you need me, I'm here. I'm sorry for your loss, period. Don't add those extra things that we were conditioned to add.
True. That's a lot of wisdom. You need a lot of reflection. You need to process all that information, because I think we are a generation that needs a lot of unlearning.
Yes.
A lot of unlearning.
There's a lot. You know, it's because there's so much information right now. And people have to embrace. It's like we are jumping from one level to another.
So there's a lot of unlearning we need to do. Parting shots, because you've given us a lot of wisdom today, and I hope the audience have felt what I've felt, because it's a lot of things that, especially what I am taking home is when you said that we see their eyes, we see other people through our eyes.
Exactly.
That is why people are insensitive.
It goes like this. Information. The information you have been fed in your mind controls your perspective, which in turn controls your behavior. You know,
so information mind, behavior.
So if you, and what books do is they give you so many perspectives. You know, you don't have to.
That is why people read a lot, are very open-minded.
Yes. They know there's a possibility for all these things, for anything. They don't limit themselves, like umeambiwa tu enda shule, maliza, olewa, pata watoto. They know it doesn't have to go that way.
I saw a video yesterday, wamechora hiyo pattern. So school, marriage. Then there's one person who tries to kutoka kwa hiyo circle. You know that ka circle. Then akitoka tu yana, it's like he disappears in thin air. So I think that is what the society does to you when you try to go against the norm.
They will
swallow
invisible.
You. It's like the world will swallow you alive, and you'll be more miserable. But also, either way, you'll still be miserable when you follow the path that has been drawn for you that is not yours.
Yes. So, if we have, what we need to embrace is new information. We have to be comfortable with new bits of information, not to ignore it. If people don't want to have kids, then we ignore it. It's not ours, you know. You
process it, you try and understand why, so that when you meet there's no awkwardness. Ni mwenye atakagi watoto. Sasa watoto wangu watamsumbua. Huwa tunalenga hizi vitu, but that is what we do on the inside.
We need new information, and if we can process the new information that is being given to us, then our perspectives will change. And this is where I emphasize books. Books will give you so many ideas.
I agree.
They'll give you somebody's stories. They'll give you'll have 1,001 stories to compare yours from. You get outside yourself. Like, I miscarried, but my story doesn't end there. You know, like I'm in pain right now, but doesn't mean I'll be in pain forever. You know, I think our greatest downfall is we assume if we are in pain right now, we'll be in pain forever. There's some aspects of that pain there that will live with us forever, but it will not be controlling you day in, day out, day in, day out.
At some
like,
point it will be a bit better.
Yeah, it will be manageable, but
And
it doesn't go, but it will be there. But there'll be more room for you to experience other things.
Good things in life.
Good things in life. So your story doesn't have to be whatever it is right now. And if you can process that, then it will be, there's that aspect, pain versus suffering. It is that. Like, you can experience pain, but you don't have to suffer for it. You know, there's the difference between the two. You
Because
know,
pain may be inevitable.
Yes.
But the suffering will depend on how you handle the pain.
From your perspective, you know, if you keep going back to the same place and over and over and over, you suffer from that pain. But you can have pain and it doesn't control you. Like, I know when I'm in that point where I'm suffering loss of something I love, I know I'm in pain and it affects the way I relate to some other person. And if I'm aware of how my pain controls me, then I will hold back. Nitajua kama nimekasirika, I shout at my son. But if I'm aware kama nimekasirika, I shout at my son, I won't do it.
You'll take a walk.
I'll take a walk and
breathe.
go and breathe.
Yeah.
So the invitation to humans right now is for us to be aware, to be aware of the stories in our mind, the way we talk to ourselves day in, day out. If we are aware, then we can allow new information to come in. If new information comes in, then we can change the perspective. We can allow people who hold different views from ours to coexist with us. Right now, ndio tunalearn. We can argue, but we don't have to hate each other. You know that? We can argue and it ends there. See, we have argued, now we start spewing and hating each other. Like, it was an argument, and because I hold a different opinion from yours, it doesn't mean I have to hate you. You know, like, it's a new information. And saizi ndio tunaamka in that, by the way, we don't have to hate each other. We just hold different. You can be pro and I can be
pro-choice, pro-life.
Yeah, exactly. Hiyo debate inakuanga. And if we can allow people that you and me can sit down at the same table and hold different views, it means then
whether political, whether religious,
and
whether traditional,
there'll be less wars. By the way, we can't even fight for each other, because when we fight is I want you to be pro and you are not. I want you to see life from my perspective,
from your eyes,
and I think it's most of the time it's that we wanting people to see life from our perspective that causes us a lot of things, because now we try to control other people. My life is like this. This is the way I view the world, and I want you to view it the same way.
You cannot accommodate other people,
and that
it gives you a lot of disturbances. I can imagine.
True.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage people to read. I have read for such a long time. I just sit back and thank God for the gift of reading. And you know, there's the type of reading we do for academics where it's required of you. And there's this other type of reading where you do it for pleasure, where most people partake it for a waste of time. What are you reading it for? You're wasting your time. You've never met these people who tell, unasoma ya nini sasa? Mimi masomo yenye nilisoma.
Ya shule
ilitosha.
Siwezi jitesa.
But there are things that a classroom setting will not teach you. Self-love, self-confidence, how to handle your money, finances, all those things, it will be up to you to teach yourself. Society will only teach you what is important to eat. You know.
It has reminded me zile watu wamekuwa. There are those memes that are going around, watu wakisema nilifunzwa hii sasa itanisaidia je? Inaweza nisaidia kuconvert into money.
So the kind of
in the
learning,
syllabus, it's
programming.
Yeah.
The kind of learning that will take you to the next level is the kind of learning you choose to do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what will propel you. Hakuna mtu amekwambia, it's just you. And if you look to the West, they give their kids that aspect from when they are so young.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do. We need to give our children that opportunity to read outside the classroom setting, so that they can make use of this information available. If somebody wants to become a chef, they don't have to go to school. They can go to YouTube and learn how to bake, how
tell
to
an African parent,
you know,
that unampatia high blood pressure.
We have to get to that. We have no choice, by the way. This information is there. And what we need to do is to teach our kids to make use of this information. If your child loves music, they'll go to YouTube, they'll learn so much. We are getting to that era of self-taught people. I've taught myself how to knit, how to crochet, and I'm perfect at it. Because even before we got to going to school, it was ile apprenticeship. Unaenda kwa your great-grandfather anakufundisha how to do this. There was no going to school to get a degree to be satisfied. So we are going back to that point where people can be good at what they do naturally.
And then now they are nurtured by self-motivation.
True. Without them being certified or anything. And we have to get to a point of accepting that. So, information, allow yourself to process new information, even if it will make you uncomfortable. If this new information has an added advantage to you, take it. Take it, allow your mind to process it, it will give you a new perspective. You'll see things from...
You'll be happier.
You'll be happier.
And less judge. Yeah, because most of us are very judgmental. So, parting shot.
I carried this book as a man thinketh. It's so tiny and...
how many pages?
72 pages. It's 72 pages only. But the wisdom in this book is on another level. So I read a short script. I will read this part. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools by which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. By the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to the divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he ascends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are the grades of character, and a man is their maker and master.
So we create ourselves or destroy ourselves by our thoughts?
By the information in our minds. So if we take new information, we can create ourselves or either destroy ourselves. So it all narrows back to the information we process. What do you process on a daily?
What we take in and what we process.
It's the giga. What you take in is what you...
out.
Yes. And if we as a people can accept to take in new information through books, through podcasts, through... We become...
Watching channels.
Watching Candid Conversations.
Yes.
We become better humans. So that's what James is saying. As you think, that's what you become. Yes. So we need to think better thoughts. We need to have these uncomfortable conversations so that they can propel us to the next level. Yes.
And it's easy to pass these things down. I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, my son aliungua kidogo yenye kale kablista kamaji. And I knew there's nothing we could do to it. You just wait for it. Si kama aka tuteka spirit to bandage it. Just run cold water and then let. So I told him, watch whatever you're watching, give yourself time, try to take your mind off it. It will go away.
It will go.
Bado tu analia. So I cuddled him, nikambembeleza. An hour later, I'm mom, nilipona. But I knew it was more psychological than anything. So funny thing, yesterday akicheza nje. Hata ni the father alikuwa ananiambia, msichana mwingine akagwarwa. Akamsikia akiambia msichana, "Ngare, take your mind off it. Mama aliniambia, if you think about it, it will hurt more. It's like, that's such a small thing. And you know, that girl continued playing. So akikaka na guaro, then she remembers she was actually hurt. It's like her mind is very, it's amazing how it takes things, how it passes. So I think he passed that information because it worked for him. It's like, so I can assume, okay, not assume, but I can act like the is not there and take my mind off it by doing other things, and actually the pain is less. So like,
I think the principle behind that is whatever you pay attention to, it expands. So if you are in pain and you pay attention to, it doubles.
Ukiwa na kapimple hapo unaona sasa.
The
My
pain
face is full of acne.
It's because you are paid attention to it. And actually when you just let it be, the body will do what it's supposed to do. But if you keep paying attention to it, you'll hurt.
Bigger. Hey, I hope you are absorbing the wisdom. I am definitely going home a wiser woman today. Thank you so much, Esther, for gracing our show today.
Thank you for having me.
It
was
amazing.
Now that I'm your friend, people are waiting for you to Leza. When is she supposed to be here? So
Yes.
I hope this is not the last time. I'll be here again and again and again.
I have
talking
something
about
else for you.
The next season.
Thank you, guys. And we have some merchandise.
But of course,
Yes.
new t-shirts, looking nice. As you can see, we have, currently we have the black, and we have whatever color this is.
It's maroon.
It's maroon.
Yeah,
No, you
not
know how
orange.
Dudes and colors, man.
Yeah, it's maroon.
So maroon and black, we have that. So you know, if you're interested in purchasing some of this merchandise just to support us, let us know. And we'll be giving you more and more merchandise as we continue, because we feel like we want to connect with you a bit more. So definitely watch that space as well.
Yeah.
And then before we forget, Chicken Baristo is hosting us for episodes.
Second season. Yeah.
So we are at Chicken Baristo, Nakuru. It's just next to Rift Valley Sports Club. You can come here for your best meals. They have the best pizza.
Yeah.
We just had pizza right now. I'm feeling nice. And shakes, my goodness. The juices, everything is good. So you want to come down to Chicken Baristo. Nakuru is where we are at. This is Kenya. For all those, of course, watching from all over the world.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.